Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're working on a set of tools for dulcimer players, and we're getting close to being able to ship it to maybe 10 to 15 people and get kind of a beta test going. I've got a few people looking at it already. The one thing I know we're going to have to do today is we've got the notion of the metronome, and in landscape view, that thing's just not usable. The second thing I know we have to do is I don't know, for whatever reason, the lists of songs are not showing up. So I did a little investigation and didn't really solve it. We'll have to look at that as well. And then we were also looking at iPad views and just kind of assessing how things look there. I don't know that we'll do the work on those yet, but it's just at least get on the list. Okay, so here's the iPad view. I think we looked through most of this. This chord chart's okay, but the numbers are a little small. This, though, has an issue, and well, it has a view issue that we don't need to do this drop down in this large iPad view. Our decision on that was based on the font sizes, and that's not. It just doesn't apply to the iPad. But the bigger issue is, hey, where's all the songs? I don't care how you sort them. You don't have any songs there. There should be 41 at this point. And I don't know what's going on. All right. Jamlog, same underlying technology, same problem. Metronome looks okay. I think that actually just is okay. I think it could be a little more spread out vertically, but not an issue. And then credits, I thought the font was a little small. That's fine. All right. Let's go back here. Well, you know, maybe this metronome being unusable is a problem. I can't get around that. Okay, you can't get to the pieces. All right. Let's start with that one. I hope it's easier, and then we'll finish with the first lines Jamlog thing. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let's find metronome view. Let's pull this up to the top. Okay, I think we did check iPad. I guess maybe I should have put that on yesterday's. Okay. And I guess the question, well, what do we want to happen? It'll wake up eventually. Okay. I think maybe we can just move this and this over to the left, and these two to the right. Okay, so I think that's another case of view that fits. I don't know an elegant way to do this, but I think, well, let's do the experiment first. So view that fits has two children, and let's just run it like this. So I'm assuming in landscape mode it'll come back doesn't fit. Good. Okay. Then, well, okay. I guess view that fits is good enough. We don't have to care. So I think this will be an H stack. So I'll make it a horizontal stack, 2 pieces, the middle on the right, the wings on the left. Okay, so the first choice was this H stack, and it's going to be a V stack, an H stack containing a V stack. Containing 2 V stacks. Okay, and then we will tweak all that. The nice thing with ViewThatFits is my hope is that it doesn't make any trouble on iPad view. Because I don't want it to, if I just detect landscape view, then an iPad in landscape has no problem, but it'll do the thing. So this should hopefully make things better. Okay, there's that view. Okay, a little more space vertically between these. Maybe H stack, alignment, spacing. Well, let's start with 40 and just see how that looks. I think it might be a little too much on the right. Well, it's not any on the right. Maybe I'll just insert that myself. And VStack does horizontal. Oh, maybe it should be the VStack. Let's try it like that. It always throws me off that the H stack wants to talk about the vertical spacing and the V stack the opposite. Okay, I think that's all right. Maybe 40 would fit over here too, though. And it should just work. Okay. I think that's good enough. Oh, let's run it on iPad. Not my iPad, that iPad. And then let's go run it on the smallest phone and make sure nothing's squeezed out on that. Now this is a little weird, the corner kind of being cut off, but that's not anything we put in. That's purely on the navigation stuff. I don't think it's unbearable, but it's slightly annoying. Where are we going? That's all right. Yeah, good. So it doesn't care about one or the other. Yeah, that's a little big. On the other hand, it lets you get pretty fine control, so maybe that's worth it. All right. And that little tiny phone, let's see which one's that. Is it SE? That'll take a minute. All right, let's get all song view. Moving ahead a little bit here, but okay. Okay, well, probably not a great title for the episode since we're done with it in 15 minutes. Square could be a little bigger. That's definitely a future thing. Yeah, maybe. Let's catch that as the thing to do. Not sure the best way to go about that. We're still building, still launching. Maybe my min length on these should be a little bigger too. I don't quite like them all that varying. All right, well, that looks okay to me. And that looks okay. It's a little crowded on the left, but not. I could probably give it a little padding. That'll work. All right. I don't remember hearing about ViewThatFits before this year. I don't know if I just never ran across it or what went on. And we may get back to some of these metronome things today, but this song thing is really bad. Whoops, where's all songs? Okay, so what I've done so far to investigate it, and let me go back to the iPhone 16. I went through and I detected where it was loading the library. So I had been afraid that, like, maybe when I added more songs that I screwed up the JSON and was making it so it wouldn't read it or something like that. That does not seem to be the case. I went in and looked at library.songs. I did a breakpoint at the load, and then I checked library.songs, and it says there's 41 songs in there, and I can see some of the key signatures and stuff like that. So I think so something is really weird. So the original list, it walks through the keys that are in the library, and I checked that, and that seems to be good too, like D, D minor, A minor, G. So that one seems okay. It was seeing the key, but then when it tried to get the list of songs for a given key and display them, apparently that comes up empty. But also it seems like the section header, I mean, even though it stopped in the debugger at each section header occurrence, it didn't put any text out for it. And so I'm very puzzled by that. And then I said, oh, well, let's just take the library of songs and not filter it by key. Let's just write out the names of each song. And I set the foreground and background style in case it was something with that. I also tried turning off the color. We'll rerun it like that in a moment. Okay, so yeah, I'll run it this way. So this is special text color. It doesn't look good, but I mean, I'm getting nothing. And yet, if I break here, okay, and I can print library.songs.count. Should be 41. I don't know. Sometimes looking in a view doesn't really get you there. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I can. Yeah, because it's being done with Swift data. So let's continue to here. All right, now I don't know if I can print $0. Like, by now he should know it's a song. Okay. Well, he knows something. Okay, you can see the 41 though. Numbers 0 through 40. Well, I could believe it's a filter problem, but this doesn't filter. This just says dump out the list of songs. Library.songs is array of song. Now, that's coming in from this, I believe. Okay, so all songs view library. Library comes in here. Okay, who calls this? It's called by content view. Okay, and library. Ooh, you know, we did do this content view wrapping. I wonder if that is what did it. Okay, where's library set? I think it's on load. Okay, yeah. So if the songs is empty, then it puts them all in the model context. They're read into the library and put into the model context. But what's this AnyView stuff? I mean, this we had to do, right? Because they were all coming out different and incompatible. Let's make sure this is true. Yeah. Okay. Well, now don't ask me why I would have this problem because of that, though. Okay, so I don't know. What's the debugging stuff you can do with a view? I gotta figure that one out. I think I had some notes. Debug Swift views. Yeah. Oh, underscore print changes is the one I'm thinking of, but that doesn't. I don't think that's going to do anything. Self dot. Well, all he's doing is he's putting in that content of view. Return type changed from some view to any view. Yeah. Where is that? So this tool, let's see what this array is. He's tools of tool. I wonder if, what if I say tool of maker view? Take this off. I don't know. Is it tool? Look, I don't quite get why it should matter. Now maybe that's going to break the array. Yeah, so it's kind of forcing the array to be... So when it resolves these types, I think it's saying, oh, this tool must really be tool maker view and nobody else is that. But they can all be tools of any view. Why this would cause a problem, I just don't quite see, though. I'm not sure where either. I mean, it. Well, okay, so we're at content view, so that's the top. So I guess that's the good news. All right, we're building up this tools, and it's a map from a type like .MakerMagick to a tool, and the tool is built with this thing. I don't think so. Tool just references content, which is a view, but it was more when I went to use them that it didn't like them being different. So the any view stuff was a compromise, but I don't think anybody else references any view. Let's see if that's true. All songs view. Oh no, that's true. He returns any view. This, I think, is the one that was supposed to be some view. The control. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was something like that. So I couldn't do some view. Well, is that true? I think it was something about the controls, the picker style yielding a completely different view type. But maybe this is okay if it's two types of any view. So I don't think it's the color. I think it's something related to other things. Okay, stop. Build. But why picker style would be... Oh, so picker style of S wraps to the same as S. Okay. It makes it a subclass of that, I guess. Whoops. Which view was I in? It was all songs view. I don't see how that would affect that. I mean, he's got a view because he's got this content thing. So he didn't have to wrap any view. I wonder if I take, or he didn't have to return any view. I wonder what happens if I take this off. Yeah, he's going to complain that the two things return different types, I think. Declares an opaque return type, but the return types do not have matching underlying types. let's take this one too, but I think that's the driver of this. Okay, and this is sort order picker. There. Yeah, maybe that's just a red herring. It's this whole thing is some view. I'm less clear on content. All right, that's still that. Okay, so let's put this back to any view. Okay. Now. I'll just run it like this. I don't see any reason that would change anything, but yeah, it's very puzzling to me that this is the thing, because it appears to know there's 41 songs, and it appears to be going text and show the name, but it doesn't show up. Right. Okay, let me take this one off and we'll just continue. There's one. Oh, that's the only one. Now, what does that mean? Yeah, I don't see what any view has to do with this. But on the other hand, okay, let's take this one. Scroll bar, toolbar placement plus. Am I balanced out? Okay. Okay, there's the first one. I don't think it knows how to debug it. Sometimes you can do V for view, I guess. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. It's on the song Go Tell Aunt Rhody. All right, let's continue. What happened to Aunt Rhody? Why is it only one? Okay. Where's that other debugging thing? Print. Just call print changes. Maybe there'll be a clue in this. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. It can't be used on Z-Stack, huh? Okay, well. All right, so this is filtering all that out. Let's take out the controls too. Nothing. I guess I turned off my breakpoint. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Is debugger just frozen? Name is not a member of DPN.song. I think that's not true. Yeah, name's right there. No, and actually this all songs view hadn't changed since December, so it's not there. That's why I'm suspecting this content view stuff, but I don't know. Let's look up any view, but I don't think there's any. I mean, it means you have to redraw stuff more is my understanding, but I don't think there's anything to it beyond that. A type erased view. And so he has to redraw. See if I can get over there. I don't know where all songs view is kept. Oh, utility. That seems odd. He's in DPN, that's good. Oh, he's at the top level. Okay. See if the same thing creates problems. Okay, I don't know why it failed to debug last time. Go tell it Rody. I don't know why that one's first. It's not first in the list. Okay, but here's our project. All songs view. History. Wait, this. Add song view, all songs view. Oh, okay. That I misinterpreted that history then. Okay, so we did touch it this week. Okay, we changed the name of the color. That seems harmless. We added the dynamic type stuff. And yeah, this was what made us do this any view thing. I mean, that seems harmless enough. I don't know why all songs view would change in this one. Any view control. I guess that was line spacing. We changed a VStack to a scroll view, and I took out the scroll target thing. I mean, I can try VStack instead. Oh, this thing's waiting. Okay. And that was with the small screen or horizontal screen, you couldn't really see the song's landscape mode. Okay. What the heck? Put these back. I'll take this out. Put this back and run. Okay. Well, let's check this in at least. Restore VStack instead of ScrollView. I guess we got to make sure that. Oh, that does run. Okay, we did run. Well, that's not as bad as it could be. Tuning seems funny. I would have thought EAD would have been the header for that. Maybe it's just, oh, no, I don't know. Okay. Oh, did it create nested scroll view? Yeah, I guess it must have. Because the list sort of implicitly has one. Do I want list? I guess I do. What if I just did a for each there? Okay, they do look better in a list, and they scroll. Oh, but that was going to be to put this back as a scroll view. But it does make the look worse. I mean, it's legit. I mean, I think it's the right things. Why have I got 4 of these, though? Maybe I'm getting one for each thing. I don't know. Okay, but the issues seem to be Swift UI list in scroll view. It shows nothing. Okay, well, if I'd known to look for that. It's possible, but not on full screen. Oh, geez. So you make the geometry, pull it in 5 pixels, and then let it do it. Oh. The list. Use the section for this. Inside the section, put the for each. Okay, well, that's what we've done. But can the list... Okay, list... can I put this in the list? Oh no, it's one per key. Might need to wrap the list in a view with a frame of infinity. All right, let's try that. Really, it's just the height, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought I was doing what you said, but you're right, it is different. Okay. I don't understand why it was 0, though. That seems very... Like, when would you ever want that behavior? Apparently that won't do it. Invalid frame dimension. Okay. He doesn't like that. Let's... No embeds. Okay. Just like this view. Or V-stack, yeah, that's an idea. No. Okay. Well, maybe somebody else had this problem. Or another way would be the, do just the scroll view with the for each and then reformat my rows to look like sections and headers. Switch UI list and a scroll view. Okay. That does not look like adding a scroll view to a list. List data item. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, I'm getting invalid frame dimension again, yeah. Okay, let's go back to this. I probably can't have a list with a list. But if I do for each, and then content dot list style. No, he's not a list, so that's not going to help, is it? A list is sized based on its container, so inside a scroll view it collapses entirely. Hey, Eric. Let me show you. So I had changed this thing yesterday. This was like this list because I wanted to well, let me just run it. We were working on like what if things are in landscape view or that kind of thing, and I thought there's some controls at the top of this list of stuff, and in landscape view it's kind of crowded. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if you could just scroll those out of the way when you scroll it, but instead it looks like the list is doing the scrolling, and it doesn't like. It didn't like having a list inside a scroll view like this. Okay, so what happened? Well, let me put this back to VStack. So I don't know. It basically comes to it didn't like having a scroll view with a list inside. And if I change the list to a for each, it doesn't like formatting them. I mean, list was doing all the formatting on them, so they look kind of ugly. We'll see. I don't know why it's running so slow, though. Still unable. Well, this is back where it was. Ugh. Yeah. I'm not sure where that leaves it. Okay, I'm going to quit the compiler and restart it. I don't know what to do to... I mean, this is how we had it before. VStack, HStack list. I'll give it one more chance to build, I guess. Okay, scroll view gets its size from content. Let's get its size from the container. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so that makes sense why you suggested making it infinite. Okay, well, let's try rebooting Xcode. Well, I don't necessarily need the scrolling, the second level of scrolling. I'm not going to try and scroll my interior one separately. He's still going to have the same problem. Can I run it? Oh, it took out my... Okay, let me get this back to how I use it. Okay. That's the one with none. Okay, yeah. No, we don't want to see that. He's still getting that failure. Okay. HStack. Why do I need that HStack? slightly simpler. Yeah, I mean, ugh. So what I had before was a header stuff, kind of like this. I had the header, a couple of controls, and then the list of entries. And if you're in portrait mode, you skim that list, it looks fine. I'm not sure what's creating the problem here. No. Content.list. Okay, sorry, I'm going to revert this file. Okay, that looks like what I had. Sorry. Feature Xcode to squash content to the scope. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good way to do it. I usually just kind of double click the surrounding ones and let it find it for me, but yeah. Okay, build succeeded. All right, finally. Thanks. Is that an edit thing? Command Alt left or right. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh. Nice. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So this scrolling like this was fine when we're in this mode with portrait. It's got enough room. You don't feel cramped. But when I rotate, it was starting to feel a little cramped. Now, I don't know if it's that bad. I mean, it's kind of nice to have the filter. Yeah, maybe I'll live with that. Did I remove the frame when I added? Yeah, I think I took those out. Oh, well, I reverted, so it doesn't matter. Okay. But yeah, I had taken those out, but I had something that said .list and like, what? You know. Oh, I was typing list style at one point. I must have not fully undid when I was going backwards on that thing. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Let's change the text style. Well, are you going to... Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think that's still... I think it's okay like this. I don't know, maybe... Can I put a style on the section? Maybe it would be better to get a list going. Yeah, but you got to use list to get these. Okay. Can you turn off the scrolling in a list and just have it show the stuff? I think I'm doing 17. Let me check. Yeah, 17.6. Yeah, it does work, and that might be okay to just say, like, hey, at a huge font like that, you just don't have that much room. And we did swap the control to something that's a little tighter that way. Although, I guess it's actually no different. Scroll disable true. Oh, okay. Will that remove the scroll view from that list though, or do you know? I'll try it without the scroll view and then try the scroll view on it. Yeah, so it does not scroll. Let's put the scroll view on and see if that will give it a fixed size now, and maybe that'll let it scroll, I guess. It seems like it's being as big as it wants to, so yeah, I'm hoping. No, back to the other. We tried making it infinity for a frame size on it, and we tried wrapping it in an infinite V-stack, but neither of those did it. Okay, well, I think let's put it back to this. I think, like Mudshark said, you know, if they look at it in landscape mode and go like it doesn't have any room, and they flip to portrait, it'll work. I also think you know, when you're talking about accessibility 4 or 5 sizes, that's pretty deep size-wise. I mean, that's pretty massive there. I don't think I quite got it to the bottom, but okay, let's take this again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll accept that. It gets us back to where we were anyway. No changes. That doesn't seem right. How is this no changes? Well, there's that. At least we've gone through the views and tried to make some use of it. Now, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, I'm looking at a different screen for my GitHub. Okay, so let's reload Allston's view. Make sure he has the VStack. Yes. And does not have the scroll disabled. Okay. All right, I guess we must have checked in a working version back a ways. Okay, well, Eric and Mudshark, thank you very much for help on that one, because clearly wasn't clicking. Okay, I'm going to take this one and just give these guys a little bigger. Sorry, expected result. So, oops. This is with a very large font size, and if I take these are pretty painfully big, but at least you can see a few at a time. But if you rotate, we were going through making trying the high ranges of font sizes, making sure every screen is visible and so on. So the thing I don't like here is, I mean, what I was hoping was to put the whole thing in a scroll view, so the controls at the top would scroll and I would at least be able to see four or so entries instead of just a couple at a time. But I don't know, is there another alternative to list that doesn't do the scrolling and stuff? I mean, list is giving me this, the white background with the text and then the little arrow to go to the detail view and so on. So my hope was if I put the whole thing with the controls and the list in a scroll view, that they would start, it would look, well, if I can get to the beginning, at the start, it would look like this. And as I scrolled, the controls would go off the top. And if you want to get them, you'd have to scroll back to the top. But I don't know. I think this is, I think it's okay. You know, like you can get back to this if you really, really want to. And I also think, you know, the high font size, the super big font sizes, this is probably not tiny phone people, you know, but, okay. But anyway, yeah, thanks for helping examine that. Oh yeah, maybe that would be better. Yeah, I think we looked. Oh, maybe I can't remember if that was maybe an iOS 18 thing. I thought we did try that at one point. Let's see. Does that go on the list? Well, maybe so. Let me keep that in the list. So I've been working on this app for a few months now at this point. Oh, nice. Okay. And I need to get it out in front of people. And so I'm trying to do the minimal stuff to do that. But yeah, using that would be really good. Look at .searchable for the song views. Okay, because they all have this thing of a filter, to match titles that come in. So yeah, that'll be nice. So anyway, I'm expecting, like, once I release it, I'll do a little of this kind of stuff. It's maybe not as critical for an early test. And putting searchable in would, if it collapses that when you're out of the way and stuff, that would be nice. That would work well. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, it's so good to have others help you look at this stuff. All right, so this is fixed. Okay. Oh, yeah, that could have been it. I have some vague memory we looked at it. But okay, we'll see. I mean, you may have more control over it than what you do out of the box. But I don't know. Let's... Well, as often is the case. Too bad they don't demo this. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll look at it again in the future, I think. All right. Okay, so what do we have to do here? So this chord chart looking, it jumps to a single column right away. That is really unfortunate. Anything else? And that's visible. I mean, these are doable things. Make credit text bigger, not matter. Check song views on iPad with actual contents. Okay, we should do that. Let me bring up this iPad. I don't know, this one with the TED seems like it's... I mean, that seems like it's filtering. I don't know if it is or not. Users tug gently to reveal it. So they have to know it's there. Okay, but hopefully our song view works now. Okay. Rotated. It's funny when I say I'm rotating right, it seems like it rotates it left. This is a little funny, although I can live with it, but we have it as a segmented control in the other view. No, that's controlled by the font size, which probably is the wrong thing to control it with. Okay, let's keep track of that. Oops, sorry. Oh, okay, cool. On the search process. Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, I think this one is problematic. Yeah, so let's go back to chord chart. Oops. Hammered. So these are the two bridges of a hammered dulcimer, and they should be kind of side by side. If you didn't have room vertically or horizontally to show them, then yeah, it should put them one over the top of the other. I mean, that makes better sense on the small ones like this one. There's just no room on this phone to show both those boards horizontally across at that font size. But there's plenty of room on an iPad. Okay. So I think set a max width on the container. I think we did that with like something that checked the font size and then did a V stack or an H stack, but maybe the view that fits kind of thing would be a better way to go. Yeah. All right, so this is chord chart HD view. Okay, and one board. Where'd it go? Okay, lazy V stack. Tuning chart. Okay, we'll get there. Yeah, so this was controlled by that. Oh, now I gotta use my fancy collapser. Now can I select this? Bridge, bridge to V stack. I guess that's the place. Oh, that's one bridge. Okay. Selecting a line should select the entire content. Here? No. I mean, it selects it, but it collapses it. Is that like that? Well, my inclination, let's see. I guess it's for each bridge. Yeah, no, it adds a breakpoint when I tapped on the number. Can I do it out here? No. Yeah, so I think we can do a view that fits. I just want to get this piece extracted. Extract to method. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Whoops. This is just one bridge. And you can return some view. Okay. So our preference is an H stack with this in it. I'm not sure about the spacer stuff. And then the alternative is a V stack. I'm going to take, if it's a V stack, I don't want a spacer there. I guess I do want one after it. If it's a horizontal stack, then we do want spacer. We want this centered. And I don't think we need that. I think we can do that here. Yeah, I was trying to at one point. So if I do this, selecting a line should select the entire content, but I don't want I only want the collapsed part. I was hoping I could just do something to it. Okay, so now this should look right on an iPad, and we can get rid of this layout stuff. Why don't you fit? Okay, let me take this out just to make sure we're... Oh, because I deleted my H stack. Spacer H stack of bridges. sorry. Whoops. Okay. He's a V-stack with the bridge layout and the name. That seems okay. And then closure end indentation violation. ViewThatFits. That does seem wrong. H-stack. I want room on the left and right, and the bridge is in the middle. Okay. Otherwise, I want a V-stack with space between them. Okay. I think that's right. Thank you. All right. Hair crowded, but I can adjust this. Maybe, I don't know, that may be not so good, but let's rotate this. Should still be okay. Yeah. And then let's run it on the phone. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice for this stuff. I hate, well, it shows me where I'm not abstracting enough in my views, because if you have to have so much duplication between the two views, you know, but they're trying to show alternate variations, and it's keeping us from having to do this stuff. Oops, that can come out too. Okay, phone, are you building? No. I need to go back to a normal font size. I think that's the default. Okay, he's good. And then rotated. Oh, of course he works rotated. Okay, let's go back to font size. Take something in the middle. Yeah. All right. Let me run that again just because I deleted some stuff. Okay. Okay, we're overdue for a break, so we'll take 3 or 4 minutes and come back and knock the next one off this problem list. All right, thanks. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back. All right, so recorded this as use ViewThatFits so hammered chord chart looks right on iPad, doesn't go to single column mode. Okay. Index small, fret label small. Is max width smaller on iPad? I don't think that matters. Metronome's a little crowded. Shorten the drag bar. Landscape view of calendar. Okay, this has to be done. We're not going to do it here, but I have to do it. Okay. Trying to figure the best use of our last 45 minutes this week here. We could do a little in the metronome. Or these chord charts, iPad stuff being bigger. That might be better. The problem with these menu style versus segmented is the segmented one fits. It just doesn't respond to the font sizes. So that's really, I don't know, that's kind of on Apple. Let me go back to a different font size. That's a little bigger than average, but I think it's enough to demonstrate. Nope. Yeah. But if you use that at a big font size, it leaves these in the same little tiny font. So that's kind of unusable. I mean, if I'm a person who needs a large font and I want to see this stuff. I do think there was another, and this is the sorting order. Something's wrong here. Okay, let me go to the other one. First line's MD. Yeah, so tab order, this is not sorting in the right. He should change tunings, like DADC4 and DAD are not the same. So tuning, oh, he did. Okay. Oh, it's within key. Okay, that's all right. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it right. Okay, so if I do tuning, that's within key. So DAD. Where's the A's? A minor, A minor. I don't have any A songs. That sounds weird. Maybe I'm so used to playing with somebody who plays these naturally. DADC4, this is not... That's not the key of A, is it? A D? Well, if it's wrong, it's a data error, not a processing error. Yeah, that's an A. Okay. Hang this real DADC4 is key of A. All right. Do I have more DADC4s? I think there was 2. Kitchen Girl is both A and A minor. And Cold Frosty Morning is also an A. Okay. Not a big problem. So, all right. Yeah, so on the iPad, let's look at that one. So that's the hammer dulcimer chord chart. Let's look at the mountain dulcimer chord chart. These numbers are really small, or yeah, the numbers are small and these letters are small unnecessarily. We started doing some stuff around that, and I'm not sure where we left it. MD. Nope. One chord view. Draw fret indices. Let's go there. This font size, where's that set? Oh, yeah, we played with it and then I think we did stuff and then kind of reverted it. Fret indices. Oh, right. Because it's the system font. Let's try caption 2, which is small, and just see how that looks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true too. I don't know how big the iPads are. I mean, I think 3/4 as wide would look plenty wide. Honestly, a bigger font would look better on the iPad regardless, you know. I don't know if that's feasible. How easy that is. Chord chart MD. Okay. Well, that looks okay for those. Let's bump up the font size. Yeah, that's getting crowded. Now that being cut off, let me put chromatic because that's the most crowded. This one's the most crowded. Okay. Yeah, that's still just, well, I'm doing something to the height, right? Because we're drawing frets in a certain rectangle. Well, I mean, if the letters were visible, the drawing is absolute positioned. I mean, if these were cut off, if they weren't cut off, I would say they're just like, that's about as big as you could stand. And we're not on 5. I think we're on 1. This is probably no way. Yeah, it's just overlapping way too much. On the other hand, I just can't see, I really can't see anybody using it with this level of size on it. But, okay, it's cropped because the subview, the drawing is absolute positioned. Yeah, at some level, I want to. It's just the whole thing. It is right. So we draw this context in a rectangle, but we don't do it by subtracting off the height of the fret indexes. Okay, so I mean we basically just allowed some border buffer zone that is enough for these at this size, but really we should find their height and then subtract that off from the total rectangle. Let's see who calls. Oh, we know who calls that. It's this. Chord chart dot finger. No, it isn't. That's draw notes on strings. Oh, this is the top. Okay. We take inset by. Okay, that's that. Yeah, the numbers. Yeah, you're right. The numbers are. That's that inset by 24, 20 vertically leaves enough room for the font at size 12. But I don't know. It's like I want to ask. Can I ask the font size? I guess the way it's doing it, right? You're setting kind of a multiplier. Yeah, let's see what we can find. I might have it up here somewhere yet. No. We had the list of environment variables. This thing. View that has the stack with the text in the fretboard. Well, maybe that's a way. I mean, I have to be able to position them horizontally, right, based on the fret positions. Yeah, I think I want to ask this environment variables question. It's not a display characteristic. Well, we looked at font yesterday. But I want characteristics from the font. And that space. Yeah, I guess. I keep wanting these to give me characteristics of the fonts, and they set the characteristics of the fonts. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right that that's just the way to do it. I mean, you found that chart. That was helpful. You font, a preferred font for textile bodied out. I'm not trying to scale it. Well, okay. I mean, I like your VStack kind of idea. I mean, that feels like more what's going on. But the canvas, I guess we're given, oh no, the canvas knows the size. Well, what if... Let's try your VStack. I should do this first. Yeah, I'm sure there's a function out there somewhere. But so what I'm going to try is a canvas that has the same characteristics but just draws the fret indices. And let these stack. I don't know what determines the overall height. Hopefully we're not hard coding it. Okay. I mean, that's all right. Okay, so let's try that. Let's do a canvas. It's probably all these. Oops. Okay. Now I don't want to inset. Where is size coming from? Okay, let's try this. I probably do have to inset him. Okay. Well, those look pretty good. Except they're not the right width. Oh, because I didn't do the inset. I need to do the inset. But not by Y, but certainly by X. Does this have a preview? No. I think it must, but it looked funny though. I mean, it looked like the overall size was right, but it wasted its space. Now this looks really close. Okay, so let's figure out why. So now I don't know if we need to inset. I don't think we need to inset the second one. Well, I do for the, I think the DX we haven't addressed yet. That's draw tuning. Okay, so we'll leave that one alone. But I think does he do negative? At X font size divided by 2 for at Y position. Okay. Oh, is that how it is? Okay, this is kind of getting somewhere. It looks like it's doing 50-50, doesn't it? But I can't do a height. Let's give it a border. But it looked to me like it was doing 50-50 division of space. Yeah. Well, what controls that? I mean, if I have to specify the height, I'm back to that question of how do I know the height of my font? Needs a different height. Size has height in it. Yeah, I certainly believe that. But I think, I don't know, I'm interpreting, but I think what's going on is we got a certain amount of space and the VStack says, okay, give half to the first canvas and half to the second canvas. And the canvas doesn't know how much to ask for. But yes, I mean size dot height is legit. I don't know how to force the canvas into a certain size. Hmm. All right, let's go. Let's go to the caller. Maybe there's something going on about how they work. Somebody has to decide how big this is, right? Uh-huh. Okay. And this is where we get in trouble because, well, it's where we tuned it to based on font sizes, not based on other things, not based on what it wants or anything. Okay, so we're giving 100 for the overall, then we split it halfway for these two. I mean, can I say? I'm back to wanting the height of the font. Which maybe your suggestion of just write a map and be done with it is enough. But no, something's wrong in there. So I mean, if caption 2 is 10 point or 11 point font, that's only when the body font. I mean, that's relative to the body font, I bet. And Canvas gets the height from the rect. I think the height of the fretboard view comes in saying you should be 100 tall, and then the canvas before got 100, and now it's got, before it had one canvas in there, so it gave it the whole 100. Now I think the VStack, it's giving it just dividing how many children it has and dividing it among them. I could put a fixed size on the canvas, but again, once they change the font sizes, like caption 2 gets bigger when they've selected a different accessibility size. So it's some sort of multiplier effect, I think. I saved that reference you gave me yesterday. Where did I put it? It was this. Right. Use the constants in font.design to access system. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the caption 2 is 11 at X small. Largest default is 11. Okay, it goes up to 15. Okay. Well, yeah, let's do that. That'll move us forward enough for experimenting here. Okay, so I think I can just do frame height 24. Yeah. And then this should just get the rest. Now DX, that's different. Okay, yeah, let's run this way. So the map, I mean, I think the map, like arbitrarily, it's kind of three-dimensional, right? It's the size as far as whatever type this is, and then the style. What was my third dimension? Okay, I guess I need to know the style, like X1 or XXL, and then a chart for each one of these that I. Yeah, you'd need. I mean, for if you're being arbitrary, you'd have to have something for each font, and then. Well, no, it sounds like if I'm in X1 and I say large title, I get 44 points, regardless of which font I'm using. With a leading of 52, but those numbers are different for every possible size like this. Or, let's go to X5. 40. Okay, that's a huge gap. I mean, honestly, you're probably getting in trouble with X3. Okay, that got bigger. Inset by dy then is what the heck? That seems like more than 24. Well, 24 is a quarter. Yeah, that's a lot at this size, but at a bigger size. Let's go up here to X2, I think that is. Still not enough. Oh, yeah. Well, it wouldn't be bad to say for each, I guess this is style and this is something else. For each font style, I mean, it's really this table, isn't it? I mean, there's one for each possible font size and then one for each font style. And the range is 48 down to 11. Extra small. There's no XXS small. Yeah, so, okay. But then this is... Oh, you're right. That will help. I mean, so this one at smaller sizes, 24 is just way big for what we are. So yeah, maybe I just have to. Yeah. Now I'm not sure why. Oh, there was some DY. this was 20. Let's put that back to 20. And put this down. Okay. Well, that's the 20 inset. Yeah, it was to leave space for the text, but it's also to leave space for the bottom half of the graphics. That was that fingering, I think, or something. Finger width. Yeah, so I should inset by finger width divided by 2.0. Yeah, I have to go back to that. I don't know. I remember doing stuff with controls and having to do these computations, you know, and keep track of as piece by piece. And that's really what this has to be, but it has to be done very abstractly. Okay, that's not quite enough. I don't know where the 2 is coming from here. But it may be like the finger width to a circle is not as much. Yeah, that looks okay. It's got a little tiny gap there. The triangle doesn't. Yeah, the triangle's bigger than the circle. Isn't that weird? And we're drawing these, so there's no. It's on me. The border might be. Yeah, let me take that border off. It'll look better without it for sure. Okay, well that's still too big on the one and not big enough on the other. But yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably revert this, but as I start to really address this, this feels much better. Like you say, if I make this height is a function of that style and the text size thing, then we can get that leading height, that either the leading or the font height, and give a little couple pixel border to it or something, can let us know how to do that. And then the frame height is on the second one. Well, you're spacing 0 plus this. Maybe that's just determined by that font size plus 2 or something. But that's the right way to do this, I think, is we, one way or another, we have to know these font sizes, and we're using them as graphic elements. So it's not quite, I mean, that looks pretty good. It's not quite the same as, well, I mean, in general in the interface, I'm not worrying about font sizes when I put stuff in, and I try and balance it enough that it's not too outrageous, but I don't define things in terms of those sizes. But in this case, I think we're using this as a graphic element, and I don't think we have a choice but to involve computations like this. But this looks pretty good. If you set the height of the frame inside the view, well, yeah. Well, right now, this guy's getting, well, it was 24, and this guy got the rest of the 76 to go with the 100. So I think, because based on that 100 pixel thing in there, but I don't know I don't remember iPad enough. I mean, 100 pixels, that height looks okay. The width, like you say, could be inset a bit, without making it too awkward. a little bigger height to get some more space on the font would be fine. But yeah, his width is really really too long there visually. I mean, that's, well, it's not as big as my real dulcimer, but it's pretty big to look at. But yeah, okay. I don't know where I'm not sure where the 100 comes from. I mean, in a way, it's going to be a multiple. It almost wants to be a multiple like this. Well, I don't know. It's a combination of these. I mean, maybe it's 3 times the finger width plus, I don't know. It's not a finger width between them. Maybe half or something. Now, finger width also probably should be a function of a font. Or he could be double the height of the index or something, maybe. But this looks okay to me. I mean, slightly bigger stuff on the iPad would be fine. But yeah, it was just not totally arbitrary, but I mean, it's sort of, a bit less than an inch, right? The real fingerboards, I mean, I don't know the real dimensions on it, but I would say it's maybe 2 inches. I don't know, somewhere around here. I have a ruler. Yeah, inch and a quarter for the real one. So I don't know. I saw something said 144 DPI. I don't know if that's really quite right, but that'd be 2/3 of an inch. So it is a little bigger than half the real size. But I think we could do some scaling here and base it not on these constants, but on some function of the font size or something that feels a little better. And then the width too doesn't need to be quite so big on the, especially on this view. It feels like I'm looking across a whole dulcimer, not just half of it. Okay. Right. So I'm going to revert this, but I think the lesson I take away is we can define this as 2 canvases and maybe 3 if we change the way the the tuning gets drawn in there too. Could be yet another canvas kind of function or something. I think that will be an improvement. It could be done in 1 canvas too. I think the key is getting this font size being a function of things, which you have. I'm finally learning from you. Like, yeah, just do it that way. I think it's not conceptually hard to plug in and do. Okay, so let me revert this. One more little tweak I want to do before we go. Let me commit that songs one. All right, I want to go back to our tiles. A tool defines that. Where's... tile. Okay, I'm gonna make this 200. Set the height on the canvas of the board. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's just see how this looks. No, I gotta do... Why are you overlapping? It doesn't seem consistent. Well, I thought this would just change the constants and it's good. Why? Let me just make it arbitrarily big and see whether that affects it. It's like the spacing... Something about the vertical spacing. This is lazy V stack, right? Lazy V grid. The columns, oh, that's what it is. Minimum 160. Nope. Huh. Okay. Sorry. I thought this was just going to be very straightforward. I think I've got something to learn there too, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I think that'll be okay-ish. Let's check the size thing. Yeah, they're not stomping on each other at the large size. Okay. And I guess I'll go the other way just to be sure. Yeah, that does interfere. Okay. Well, I'll take that on as a thing to address. How annoying. Yet another font that depends on. Something about the font sizes. Okay. Let's add that. Okay. Well, I'm not done with this project by any stretch, but it's definitely moving into the next phase. I think the one other big one I know is going to have to change at some point is if we add files, add songs, we need to make sure that the existing songs don't get overwritten and stuff like that, and we don't overwrite. Basically, we don't load them if they're already there, but we need to be able to merge them as another big feature on that. And then it looks like a lot of tweaking on the sort of UI end of things. But it's been a good trip. There's a couple more tools we might do and so on, but I think we're at a really good place for letting others have a go with it. Mudshark, I'm going on this irregular schedule, but I really appreciate you in particular for being here over the last couple or 3 years, however long it's been. Eric, if you're still there, thanks for joining in. It's always helpful to have you here too. So I'll catch you around at some point, and I do appreciate everything. So, I anticipate logging in a few times in a week and seeing how it goes, but I just am getting a crazy set of things I'm balancing. So we'll find out. Thanks again. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.